Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Would you believe that I curled my hair this morning? Because I wouldn't. Did it take a really long time just to fall out? Absolutely it did. Anyway, welcome back to another video. Today I am going to be talking about just a few little items that I use every single day, or almost every single day, that have genuinely changed my life in some way. And I am talking like little. These are small things, ridiculous things that you guys probably already know about, but if you don't, I think it's super important that you do. And that's why I'm making this video, because I'm sitting here thinking, how many times have I talked about these products to people and they haven't heard about them, or maybe they don't use them, or maybe you've been thinking about them but never actually tried it. Well, this is me, this is your time, this is your sign to give these things a go. So I'm gonna dive right into it. I don't have many, but there's enough that I think you should write a shopping list. I'm starting out really strong. I have talked about these before in other videos, and it's just eye masks in general. So I also really like your little eye masks that you put on that they go under here. I love those, okay? I don't have any of them at the moment, but maybe I should go out and buy some. Actually, I'm going to town tomorrow, so I probably will buy a couple, but I love those. But what I really love are these, and I like using them all in conjunction with each other. So I'll do my skincare, pop on a little eye mask. I'm not a face mask person. Having like the full sheet mask just gives me this like sense of claustrophobia that I'm really not about, but the eye masks, 100%. And then before I go to sleep, so at least a couple of times a week, I'll use one of these steam masks. Now these are really cool. I am using up my stock of these, and then I'm going to swap to something that's a little bit more sustainable. So I found one of these that's more like permanent. It's kind of more like this, and it's got these cool little beads in it, and you can heat it up in the microwave or cool it down in the freezer, which is pretty neat. But for now, I've been using these little steam masks. You pop them open, chuck them on, they gradually warm up, and they stay warm for about 20 or 30 minutes. It's actually really good. And then right afterwards, when they're done, I take that off, put this one on, and go to sleep. So that is my like end of the night routine. Now, if you know me or if you've seen any of my content, I've mentioned it before, I have chronic dry eye. So one of the things that my optometrist recommends that I do is every night or every day at some point have like a hot compress on my eyes to help, like with all the natural oils and things like that, to help lubricate the eyeballs. But let's be real, I'm way too lazy to do that and sit there with like a wet cloth on my face. And the few times that I have tried it, I find that they stay warm for like a minute or two, and then you're just sitting there with a wet cloth on your face, and I don't really see the point. So steam masks, you know, you've got like 20 minutes of heat in these ones, and then pop this on, holds the heat in, and because we sleep with a fan going, keeps the wind out. So if you're a person who deals with dry eye, or you just want to feel a little bit bougie, a little bit fancy before you go to sleep, get some eye masks. Whether it's these like satiny ones, this is a Peter Alexander one, and it's just got like the cloth backing. I love this. Mark got it for me for Christmas. I wear it almost every single night. So it's changed my life in ways of now, when I have to go to sleep really early to get up at 3 AM to go to work, Mark can still watch TV or play on his phone or do things like that, because now ain't no light getting to my eyeballs. Okay, next one is so standard yet again, but I love this. It is Lucas Paw Paw Balm, specifically this brand. Oh god, what is the brand? I don't know, but the one that comes in the red tube with the black writing. This one. This Lucas Paw Paw Balm is the best thing I have ever used, and I use it for almost literally everything, like dry skin on like your elbows, your lips, cracked skin, especially like if my lips crack or anything like that, but also, you know, just if I've got a cut that's getting a little bit irritated. I use it to heal tattoos. I do everything with this. I also like to put this on my cuticles, so I get really dry hands because I have to sanitize them about 1.5 million times a day at my job. So instead of trying to like moisturize and all of that, which I do try to do, but I can kind of only really do that at night when I'm not doing anything and I forget and it's a pain. So I put this stuff directly on my cuticles, and it's amazing for it. I think this is just the standard tip. So it comes in like a flat tip like this, or you can get one that is just like a straight up lip applicator. I have both. I have about 4 tubes of this on the go at the moment. This was just the closest one to where I am filming. This one was in my drawers back there, but I've got like, there's one in my work bag, there's one in my day bag, and I think there's one in my car somewhere too. I love this stuff for everything. If you guys don't have this stuff, it is a couple bucks dearer than like a typical, maybe like a Bepanthen or lip balm or something like that. So I will say sometimes when I find this, it's not the cheapest thing out there, but I think it's worth it. It's not expensive by any means. It's just like, if you're gonna buy a lip balm and then like a Bepanthen or something else, you could just buy the one product for the same price, and this product's way better. My next one I don't have on me because it is currently in my swim bag, but it is anti-fog spray for goggles. Now, I have been swimming a lot lately, just at my local pool, and this anti-fog spray is a life changer because I'm hot, the water's hot, the air's hot. I live in Australia, everything's just freaking hot, but anti-fog spray saved my life. I already struggle to see because I do wear glasses. You can't wear glasses underwater. Can you get prescription goggles? That's a question I need to Google, but even if you can't get prescription goggles with anti-fog spray, you can see. And I want to get a lot more into like snorkeling and stuff in the ocean. I've got like a brand new set of like actual diving goggles and stuff like that, which is what it's in with at the moment because your girl's got some plans. But just having that and not having to either like take them off and dunk them in the water to clear them, try and clear them with your finger. I have long nails, so trying to clear them with my finger really doesn't work. And I don't know if y'all still do it, but you know when you're a kid and you like spit in or lick the inside of your goggles? We all did it. If you say you didn't, you're lying. But I just think it's not very becoming as an adult. So if you want to finish spitting in your goggles, get some anti-fog spray, because that shit, it's not a gimmick, it actually does work. Okay, this is my next item here, and this is actually the smallest thing I think that I'm going to be talking about today. Get your minds out of the gutter, I know what it's shaped like. This is a headache roller. So this one's called the Migra Stick, and it's basically lavender and peppermint oil in like a little roller. And you're supposed to put this like here, just back from your temples when you have a headache. But I have headaches that are triggered by like an irritated nerve in my neck, so I actually just skip that and I put it directly on where my irritated nerve is in like 2 triangle shapes that overlap. And look, I don't know if this is placebo effect, because I can placebo effect my way through anything, but this shit, this works. This one, I took a gamble on this because I know a friend at work uses one of these, and we do keep like smelling oils at work because sometimes you just need a break from how people and things smell. But I've seen her carry her one and how she uses it, so I thought, look, I'll give it a go. I did pay about $17 for that, so I was like, you better work for that price. Honestly, I'm happy, it does. And I think whether it's this brand or whether I try like a couple of different brands when that one runs out, I don't know. But if you're a person who gets, you know, spontaneous, especially headaches, I think carrying one of those can totally be worth it. Essential oils, they work, but so does modern medicine, let's just put that out there. I've got 3 items left, and I'm not going to pull this one out either because I want to do like a full video in a month or two's time talking about like the brand that I use and the products a lot more in depth. So for this one, I'm just going to say, trigger warning for anybody who's not a female or my family who might not want to hear about this, but period underwear, okay? That shit changed my life. 100%. It's something I have always struggled with, is finding something that works for me during that time of the month. And I have been using period underwear for, I think, hold on, I have to do math, about 3 or 4 years at this point. It has been quite a long time, and I don't use them completely by themselves. Like, I will still use other products in conjunction with them, but they are my main go-to now. My 99% of the time, they're what I rely on, and they have changed my life. Like I said, I'm going to do a really in-depth video about the brand that I use because I really like the brand, I like the products, and I think it's worth talking about. But if you're someone who struggles with what products you can use, whether you have like sensitive skin or TSS, or maybe you're just trying to feel comfortable and safe and not worry about leaking and all of those things when you are on your period, just try period underwear. You will never know. It might just change your life because it has certainly changed mine. This one is another item of clothing, but I do have it here where I can show you. It is compression socks. So if you know me, you know I love my compression socks, and these are ones that I will also preach about. I will preach about everything that's on this list. They're all like equal to me in ways that they have made my life easier or changed my life or been just so much more surprising than I thought they were going to be. But compression socks, if you are on your feet all day for a job, you need compression socks. I actually picked these ones up out of the post this morning. That's why they're still in their packaging. Again, I'm gonna do a video on these ones as well, but just really excited to have those ones. I picked them up literally 15 minutes ago. But if you're on your feet all day, if you're walking a lot, running a lot, they come in different lengths, different firmness, different fabrics, and it really depends what kind of person you are as to what ones that are gonna suit you. But compression socks, they're where it's at. I am on my feet for my entire shift when I'm at work, and my shifts can go anywhere from 6 hours to 12. So you never know what you're gonna be doing. We work on concrete floors, and compression socks have literally changed my life, because when I first started at my job, I used to come home like barely able to walk because my feet were so sore and so swollen. And even back in New Zealand before I moved over here, the heat in New Zealand in the summer would make my legs swell a lot, and I had like cheap chemist style compression socks that I just wore to kind of get through. But now I found a brand that I really like that do ones that suit me. So you might have to do a little bit of research for the last two, for both, like if you're going to try period underwear or compression socks. It's definitely a little bit hit and miss on like brands and makes and styles and things like that, but once you find something that works for you, you will never ever go back. I absolutely promise you. These ones here that I just showed you, they are in like a knee length version. I have also just brought for the first time like a quarter crew cut style that's more for like everyday wear. So I'm really excited to try those out and just see if they like still do the same thing for me. Like I said, I'm new to that one, so I can guarantee you that knee length compression socks are where it's at for like work, flying especially, the heat, all of those kind of things. But I'm branching out and learning more when it comes to this, so maybe if you guys already wear like smaller version compression socks, you can tell me if they work for you. And the last one, look, I wasn't going to get this one, but I feel like I kind of have to, in a way. It's just gonna make the bit so much funnier if I have the actual object, so give me a second, hold on. Okay, ready for this one? I love this little thing. Do you know what this is? OGs will know what this is. It's a rice cooker. I cannot describe how much I love this little contraption. I bought this one from Kmart. I think it was like 20 bucks. It's adorable. It's like this gorgeous blue. It comes with like a little rice measurer. It's just, these are genius. Look, I know it's like one of the most basic things in the world, cooking rice, but it's just something that I have never been able to do very well, okay? And this thing has changed everything. Hold on, I gotta put it down because it's rattling. I make so many dishes that have like rice as a side dish or rice incorporated in them. And so I was spending my entire life being like, how much rice do I cook? How much water do I put in? How long do I heat it for? How often do I not how often, but like what's clean when it comes to rice, you know? So having a rice cooker just makes everything 10 times easier. Once the rice is on, you don't have to watch it. You don't have to think about it. It is just, it's relaxing. I can put on my rice cooker and walk away and not worry about a single thing in the world. Well, other things. I can worry about other things that aren't my frickin' rice. Again, it's something that seems stupid, but I really hate cooking, and if I can find a way to make cooking easier or more enjoyable, I'm gonna do it. And buying that little rice cooker was honestly probably one of the first purchases we made when I moved to Australia, because Mark and I did go for just like a bit of a walk around a bunch of stores to see what we might need as we're getting set up here. And we saw the rice cooker and thought, my god, this is adorable, it's really cheap, why not give it a go? Obviously there are significantly better rice cookers out there than one I grabbed from Kmart on a whim, but hey, that thing does its job and it does it bloody well. So that's my like non-negotiable in a kitchen now, is a rice cooker and an air fryer. I make the rules. I do make the rules actually, those are my rules. And I did just think of one more thing that actually wasn't on my list. I don't know if I'd say that this one has changed my life, but it has certainly made things a lot easier. And what it is was I brought from Kmart, again, guys, Kmart. You guys know, I don't have to say it. But I brought, it's like a photo organizer. And I got this off of TikTok, I believe, so I'm not going to claim that I thought of the idea or anything. I've seen a million people do this on TikTok, but it's like a big plastic bin that has little containers in it, and you use them to store like your photos. Some people use them to organize like acrylic pins and things like that, which I think is really cool, but I use mine to organize my electrical cords. So each of them is labeled for what type of cord or what's in it. And it's honestly just made things so much easier, because I used to have like a drawer, and then the drawer turned into like a big bag of just like mixed and miscellaneous cables, and you'd have to dig through it all, or 90% of the time just pour the whole thing out and then search for what cable you wanted. Whereas now I have it all organized, I have it all labeled. I just did it with a Sharpie. I did not go crazy enough to buy a label maker yet, but honestly, I've had one of them before and I want one of them again, and if I had it right now, it would be on this list. Love me a label maker. Anyway, I labeled them all, they're all sitting in there color-coded and waiting, and that way when I know like, hey, I need to charge my camera, I know exactly where the cord is. So that sort of thing, you don't need to have like a specific organizer to do it. I just got the one that I saw all over TikTok because it looked fun. But if you can organize things that cause you grief, for me, cords, it's going to make your life easier. If you guys have an idea of how you organize like your cords that you're using, so you know, like if you've got a computer or a laptop and then you've got like an extra screen and the mouse and the keyboard, and you've got all of these cords that like hang over the back of a desk or make a bit of a mess, that's kind of my next issue, we'll call it an issue, to tackle. So if you guys know how to do like good cord organization, let me know, because I feel like cord organization can change your life, but I've never figured out how to bloody well do it. So yeah, those are my items, and in different ways they have all really changed my life, and pretty much all of them I discovered since moving to Australia. So I don't know if that's telling me that Aussie is exactly where I need to be, or whether I was just selectively living under a rock in New Zealand. I think both of those are probably somewhat true, but either way, that's everything that I really love, really cherish, look for on essentially a daily basis that I think you guys could benefit from. So if you don't use any of those things, maybe go and give them a try. You never know, it could change your life. If you've got something that you want to pop down in the comments that I could try to continue making life easier, please, please, please do, because I need it. Yeah. You know how sometimes you just trip over your own words to the point where you actually can't save the sentence and your brain just starts making like dial-up internet noises? That's what just happened to me. Anyway, as I was saying, that is it. Thank you again for watching another one of my videos. Please again leave me a recommendation down in the comments for something you think that would change my life. I am on the lookout. And if you want more of my content, you can tune in again next Sunday at 7 AM Brisbane time, because that is when I upload every week. Or you can subscribe and you'll probably get the notification for that, so then you don't even have to remember. How easy. I will see you next week. Bye bye.